All right, guys. This week, Unidentified Podcast. Um, I don't know. There's no like holidays or anything like that. I'm supposed to ask you guys how you doing and all that mess. Uh,
It's Ramadan,
oh,
so for some people,
oh, it is. What is that? The whole month?
I think that part of the month, but
Is that the one where they don't eat?
exactly, they eat after dark, after the sun sets.
All right. So for this week, guys, we actually do have a topic. You guys claiming we don't have one, but we do. All right. Angel claimed that there was genetically modified babies being born, that they were making these genetically modified humans. I said, there's no way that this is happening. I knew it wasn't happening, and it's not happening. This is not a thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a thing. I'm looking for like where am I going to find these genetically modified kids? Of course, this is not happening. They wouldn't let people do that. Yeah. The only genetically modified kids that was ever made, they were made in China, and the dude that did it, he got arrested.
Yeah.
And
He did get arrested.
yeah,
Yeah.
the parents had HIV, and he modified the kids so where they'll be immune to HIV. That's it.
Yeah.
And as a side product, they ended up being
What?
freaking smarter, think faster, and everything.
No, I didn't hear
Which
about all
is,
that.
yeah, I did.
This guy is just making stuff up, just like he made up the fact that they have genetically modified babies being born, and this is just a normal occurrence. It's not. He's just making stuff up, the guy. Don't listen to this guy.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Get it straight.
Let him. No. Let him say what he gotta say. Okay,
Okay.
continue, man.
Oh, that's what it like. I'm reading this.
That's
Kids
it.
were not born with special abilities. Okay, they don't have any powers. They don't have
Was not my claim.
genius intellect.
None of those things were
They're
my
not, they're not X-Men or anything like that. That's not going on. Okay.
Mm. Okay. Nagayan, you want to go? Because this is actually very interesting.
I think we can wrap it up. This is the episode. Thank you guys for watching. We can see you on the next week. No, yeah, I got some. Indeed, I figured it out as well, and it weren't genetically modified people we are seeing, but we're talking about people that were actually screened before they got recreated. How do you call it? Conceived. And this is through IVF, where they can screen the genes from an egg cell and the sperm cell, and or even after the egg and the sperm have been introduced to each other, they can then take out several cells or one cell and check out the cell and see which which DNA traits are in the child or in the embryo. And if the desired traits are in the child or in the egg and or in the embryo, sorry, then they place that embryo into the womb of the woman, and then they procreate, or they hope it gets to a successful procreation. And indeed, it's not genetically modified, but it's something in the strains, and this is something that has been happening already for 40 years. So yeah, it's quite some time already on the market. Available.
All right, can I just say something?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, just to add to what Nagayan said, okay. Yeah, using the term genetically modified is a little stretch of the word, I guess. For the lack of a better word, I use that. But indeed, there is babies who are being selected, okay, genetically selected. And you do, as I said before, you do sign some paperwork where you say, hey, I want my baby to be prone to this, or resistant to this, to these. It goes, at the moment, it goes for things as simple as like allergies, or, even like how tall.
Show me this. because I'm not believing any of this.
Okay. I would show you it, but I sent the Milano. I sent
Because
the
think
video.
about that. How difficult
I got a
does that
video.
actually have to be in order for
I got
you
a
to
Well,
short video.
okay. There's a dark side to it, and I'll get to it in a second. Okay, you ready? So the thing is, like, it's things as simple as allergies or anything like that. The goal is there is a lab in 2027. They trying to open a lab where um, you simply like leave the embryos and the DNA in a lab, and they just like mess with that around. So the technology is actually not available to the people, but as you said before, in China that there was twins, wasn't it twins?
Yeah.
That okay, so that happened. The guy got arrested or whatever, and but
because you're not allowed to do
it,
it
it
to humans.
it is illegal. It's not actually illegal. They trying to define.
Actually get arrested, huh?
So he did get arrested, but because they couldn't define legally, there was no actual legal rules that said that what he was doing is illegal. Technically, it's immoral. Technically, it's wrong, but it's not.
Controversial. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not illegal. There's not a penalty for it. There's not a rule for it. There's not a.
But isn't that because there just isn't a law written for it? Like,
Yeah.
there.
Well, they working on it. No.
Major outcry among scientists and non-scientific scientists alike, on time, ultimately leading to Jinku's 3-year imprisonment in China for conducting illegal medical practices.
Mm-hmm.
You're just doing.
But okay, on paper, what it says, okay, because I looked this up as well. On paper, what it says is that it's illegal to perform these tests and these genetic alterations to children. Okay, but now what they cannot define is like what you mean as children.
No, this is going back to
Is it
codes, man. Like, you're not allowed to do medical experiments on people like that. Can't do it.
Yeah, but the problem is that there's a fine line where they're fighting right now, currently fighting this. Okay, so are you considered a kid since conception, or are you considered a fetus at that point? So can we mess with the fetuses or like unborn kids, whatever?
Okay, look, they're already doing it, but it's not something that people can just do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes,
but
that's
what I'm saying is that it's a moral aspect. It's not illegal technically. Like,
It's the reason why he got arrested, what I've understood, is because he performed these tests without the permission or the backing of the law with it. But it's not in itself illegal to do so, and that's the
how can we explain that a little better, man? I don't have a word for that. It's not illegal. It's immoral. They're trying to figure out how to legalize this issue.
That's international law.
You cannot
do that.
alter.
No, the law says you should now like somebody who is born. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? A human who is
like you're like, I'm about to go look this up right here.
Oh,
Check
okay.
got the answer. Is gonna give me the answer.
Okay, no. You may be right, Ed, but I'm telling you what's going on currently. Okay, it's a matter of perspective and ethics and morality. But going back to what I said, okay, so it is confirmed that he actually went fill out some paperwork saying this is what I want in my kid. Now I don't know how many of those eggs, how many of the freaking things are discarded, and this is why I say, like, I don't know if it's immoral or not, but you want to select the healthiest kid you can select and have that one get born. That is some sort of modification, like if it doesn't meet the requirements, then you just discard it. And it's not illegal because it's an unborn child and all these things. Now it's a very hard one because it's like everything else throughout history, because it's not a thing that occurs normally, and it wouldn't occur outside of a freaking experimental lab and stuff like that. People don't know what to do with these rules and regulations. So this is where we are fighting currently. But it is true, the kid is walking around. There was twins that were born, so that is a form of genetically modification. Okay, for you to be resistant or not be able to get AIDS, that is modifying your DNA, regardless how you want to put it. Okay, legal or illegal, moral or immoral, it is a thing.
Yeah.
And
But
like I said, by 2027 there's a lab that's trying to actually like go out there and do this in mass productions. I had something written, and the reason I wrote it is because I wanted to give a different introduction to the whole theme. I didn't know what Ed was going with what we were doing. Yes, we had this written down and everything, but I'll tell you this. There's a lot of things that are moving on, in like a lot of things that point into this direction currently, like animal wise and all these things. And this is the future. I mean, this is the beginning of how things will be done in the future. And they are saying that you can even select you will be even able to select things such as gender by 2027.
I got a video. And did you find the answer for what you were looking for, or what did ChatGPT say?
That's why I wanted to
Your
put the
sound.
videos out here.
What's up with your sound?
We can hear you, Ed.
Oh, it's illegal. No, it's just illegal.
It's immoral, in my opinion. It's not illegal because we don't have a rule, an exact rule for it.
To answer your question, with the gravity it demands, in most cases, it is not legal to modify human embryos for reproductive purposes.
In most cases.
And even for research. It's heavily regulated.
Yeah, it
in
is.
most cases, and heavily regulated. That doesn't say
research or things.
Okay, so you see the flaw in what you are telling me right now? You see the flaw in that?
What?
That is what they are fighting right now, to redefine these rules and regulations right now.
But right now, it's not legal.
the fact that you say in most cases, and after that heavily regulated, means it is happening under strict circumstances.
It's happening.
But he didn't.
Yeah.
But you
didn't
said at the
apply
beginning
for
of this video
certain
it was impossible though. Like,
No, it's
and you said last week it's.
to say that there's a whole bunch of kids just walking around, they're genetically modified, and they're just no.
I said I knew of a kid, and it turns out that there's 3 of them, not a kid. There's 3 of them that are famous cases.
Okay, I want to pull up a video. I don't know
Okay.
if you can access Micronote, Ed, or yeah.
I would love to see this video.
Because
While he finds the video, you want to tell me about it?
yeah, of course. Because this is a video, by the way, from 2009. It was posted. And it's basically on the page where I can also share it on WhatsApp or Discord if you want me to.
Where'd you put it in?
On the homepage.
Okay. Put it on the homepage.
Yeah, I can see your mouse, and then scroll down, and then the signer babies. Do you see the signer babies? Not what happened to Superior, but signer babies. The one all the way down. Anyways, yeah, this is a video from 2009, and in it already states how far the people are in achieving certain traits and leaving out certain characteristics from actually unborn babies. And
which was my claim from last week.
Yeah,
that's all I'm claiming that we are no superpowers, no superhumans, no this or that, but we are able to select like certain things.
And especially when you got sick children. It's not this video, by the way. Or sicknesses in the family, like you said, little asthma or allergies, stuff like that. You can select that out of it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I'm gonna give you my introduction while we find this. Okay.
Yes.
So this is my introduction. Okay. So just for a second, and now I'm lost. I wish I was. Okay. So I don't know if you guys are aware of this. Of course you are, actually. Um, I don't even want to do this no more. I wanted to do it like backwards. Introduce this first, okay? But regardless of what, okay. There is a myth. My goodness, I don't want to look for my notes right now. Nagayan, what you call it? You know,
A myth? What kind of myth?
it doesn't matter. I don't even feel like doing it anymore.
Come on, Lita. Be able to be on the fly. You got this. Or at least give me a hint or note or something which we're heading
Okay,
to.
so there's a belief that about like 450,000 years ago there was an intervention, okay, from, let's say, outer space, extraterrestrial beings, which we know today as the Anunnaki, right? Now you know this theory.
Yes.
It is said that they intervene and they actually interact with us and saw us as an experiment to, you know, leave behind and see like what happens throughout the years. It is said that they combined their DNA with the human DNAs, and that's when evolution, you know, started a chain reaction.
Yeah.
Took place. Now imagine, just imagine for a second that technology was available to us. What would we do with it? Okay. And this is what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to say with this is that actually, if you think about it, we are able to do it in animals, and I wanted to get started on animals and stuff like that, such as, you know, that sheep that got cloned. But it's not just the sheep, okay? By the end of this year, there's an actual park, and I don't want to look in the notes. We can do it throughout. I wanted to do this in order, whatever. But there's a park. I told you guys this year, there's a park that is opening, and it's gonna be available for like exclusive people, like scientific communities and all these things. And the park is about megafauna, aka dinosaurs, however you want to put it. And when I say megafauna, what I'm trying to say is that there's what is the name of that hairy mammoth?
The woolly mammoth.
The woolly mammoth. There you go. And they are starting with that, and they are actually like able to create one. Takes about 13-14 months to actually like get birth to one. And what they are currently doing is incubating, you know, the DNA inside of, you know, freaking elephant.
Yeah.
Okay. So it ends up being a hybrid for what I found and all these things. But it's fascinating that we are able to do all these things. I mean, you know what I mean? Like I said, that
it doesn't have to be a hybrid.
No, it's an actual woolly mammoth. It isn't.
Yeah,
It's not hybrid.
okay. So I had all this written down or whatever. It doesn't matter anymore. So yeah, as I said, there's a lot of things they doing with that the technology right now at hand and all these things. And yeah, at first this year will be
like this, man. Look, you talking about they ain't modifying nothing. Like what I think you're saying is that you're saying that they're selecting embryos, right? That's what you're saying.
No. But that's not their limitation, said. And that's what you're not understanding.
We have the technology. I'm not saying we don't have the technology. What I'm saying is they're not doing that widely on people. It's not being.
Well, what this guy did from Dominican Republic was indeed selecting, you know, the best candidate, if you want to put it like that.
Modifying. You're not going in there moving.
What that dude in China do? What the guy in China do?
He actually modified.
Okay, but this is what I'm telling you. People are doing this, and he didn't do this in a lab. This is a guy that did this by himself. And okay, so I was watching a thing, and I don't know enough about it, but the technology is actually like, for what I hear, like messing around like with DNA and stuff like that. It's not as hard as it seems, and the technology is out for like regular customers.
You think everything's simple? You go and do it.
No. No, what I'm
You do
saying is
require
like,
some capacities and some tools and
yeah, absolutely, and tools and stuff like that. But it doesn't require of billions of dollars as it did before. Okay, so in the last 10 years, I guess the cost went down. Like I think it was 89% the cost of doing these experiments. Okay, so guess what we're gonna be doing?
yeah, and
Plus,
there's even a guy on, I don't know, Instagram or YouTube or TikTok that challenges people, or people challenge him to clone them.
to clone him. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't clone me.
Yeah,
And
you can
lick
clone him, then
a
they go lick
freaking,
up, a lamppost or something like that,
yeah, I think
or a
that.
wall.
Yeah,
And then he goes to collect their DNA, and then he makes
yeah.
an embryo out of it. And then
Of course, it requires of you having requires of knowledge. You have to have knowledge. You have to have the correct tools. But as I said before, is 89% cheaper to do, which means it's like pretty much anybody has access to these tools. I know nothing about this or anything like that, but as a cool topic to touch on or whatever. I just wanted to bring that up. Okay, it was good that sparked a previous conversation, sparked this whole conversation right now, and I just think it's cool. I think now Ed can have a kid, man, that looks like him, acts like him, and improved you, Ed. You don't have to deal with a girl.
he's somewhere he's gonna need the egg from.
So there you go.
By the way, they're also experimenting with same species. How do you call it? Same species, not that's not right. Same gender reproduction. So they're trying to get a male two male samples or two female samples. I think it's easier for two female samples to reproduce than for two male samples to reproduce and create an embryo, viable embryo. But yeah, they're experimenting with that as well. That's an addition to even the.
Now, Ed, when you say this is illegal, when you're saying this is inappropriate, when you saying this is immoral, are you also telling me that you didn't find anything on this? Like you didn't find any?
Nothing. There's nothing. There's no. I'm trying to tell you. What kept coming up was the Chinese twins from like, what was that, almost 10 years ago? Like, come on, man. No one's doing this. Yeah, I know there's research. There's research. Yeah. I mean, I know they research with embryos, but it's not like this is happening, man.
Some religions are against it as well. Other scientists have like good points. Is this for the better well-being of the human being, like moving forward? Like,
would you do it? Would you say this is good, Ed, or is if it were made legal, is that a progress or?
Y'all, it's too many different things that you guys are all lumping in together.
yeah. This is why I wanted to do this in order. But
It's not. It's like you guys are like, well, selecting an embryo is just almost like modifying one, and modifying one is almost just like making a clone of one, and now we can make two women and swap that around, and they can have a kid. Like it's like these are all different.
I mean, you can jump in anytime. Eh? We just changed a little bit the subjects that we have. But
no, it's not that. It's what I'm saying is it's not one thing. It's well, do you think this is okay? It's like, well, it's not how you're presenting the subject matter. That's not what I'm talking about. It's just that it starts off like it's okay, like yeah, okay, you modify them to make them, to fix errors, which we still don't have that. But then it's like you go from there to where it's like, okay, now two men can have a kid. Like it's you see what's going on with you guys?
We're all over the place.
No,
Okay.
no, it's not that. I'm just saying, no, I'm talking about society, right? I'm talking
Yes.
about like at first it might start off where it's okay, and then you got these abominations.
But
These
where
are
do you draw the line? Like, which one is helpful in your
Exactly, that's
opinion,
where
and
we gotta draw the
which
line.
one is
You can't even do it.
what is the abomination? Explain this to
Where
me,
two
please.
men can have a kid,
Mhm.
two women can have
Okay.
a kid.
Okay,
Like, how about we
that's
throw
your
some? This one animal can heal, so why don't we throw some of their genes in there too?
We're gonna have Wolverine walking around, man. I get it. I understand.
is that's a way to create superhumans, or wouldn't you say?
First off, I think they're already doing this, but not on the mainstream. It's not being done. Yeah, it's not being
I agree. Obviously, is I think it's obvious at this point, right? Um, okay, but even if it's not mainstream or not, it is possible, and it is being done.
Yeah, it's secret, Angel. You don't have
Oh,
celebrities
yeah.
walking around with genetically modified kids, okay?
Hmm. But what do we do with this information then? Like people, this is happening. Okay, let's analyze this for a second. Okay,
Okay.
and they are collecting signatures to legalize this, to mass produce human beings in a lab.
Now we're going
And
to mass producing human beings in a lab. Like what's going on?
okay, let's try this again, okay? And like this is why
Okay.
I want to do the things I want to do the way I want to do them, so I don't get lost in my thing. Okay, so 2027, there's a lab where you're gonna be able, like, okay, let's
Is
say,
that ecto-life thing?
is it?
I don't know.
Ectolife. That sounds like a movie that I saw.
No, when we did an episode about it. I think, matter of fact, I think Angel wasn't here, and it was just me and you, Nagan. We did ecto-life. You remember that?
Oh, I think you guys did talk about that. I wasn't in the episode though. That's fine. But okay, so 2027. There's all the time there's setbacks and all these things, and I get it. Let's say 2030.
Is this a thing? This has actually happened? These are real talks?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the way they are promoting this, there's a commercial about it and everything. Like they working on how to promote this. And the way they're promoting this is like, let's say, for example, this mouse. You take something as like small as this mouse, the mom takes it with her, and she is able to feel like the baby's like palpitations and stuff like that. She is able to like speak into the thing so the baby listens to the mom's voice and all these things, okay?
Yeah.
And you hear the palpitation. Let's say you can make like switch like the temperature and all these things, like to comfort your baby. Like they explain to you like how it works, like, oh, if you talk into it, it causes this reaction, and you want to talk this many times to the baby, and you want to like cuddle with it at night, and you want to listen to its heartbeats and all these things. Now when I say this is gonna be available by 2027, I'm not saying that they're gonna open a shop and everybody come in, and no. They're gonna start same as the Neuralink.
No, okay.
They're gonna start like candidates who is
Willing to participate and
who is willing, but and the reason for that is that they're gonna heavily monitor you. So you're taking this device at home, but it's not like just you and the baby. No, they're gonna be monitoring your action, your interaction, the outcome, the monitoring you and this baby. So you are like the entire family hold or whatever is an experiment.
Got you. So these babies are being born in a lab somewhere, a factory somewhere.
Well, that is the idea behind this. Oh, yes, but not yet. Okay, they doing all the paperwork for this, and yeah. So they doing all the paperwork and all these things. Are you okay with that? Like as a mother to its kid?
No. Why? No.
So that's not right.
No, that's not right. What are you talking
How about for parents who cannot have kids?
about? Okay. Adopt.
Okay, that is a possible outcome. But then when you adopt, it's kind of a little harder. Think about this. When you have a kid, you want the kid to be a part of you. You want to look at the
Do you
kid
think
and
it's a good
see.
idea?
Um.
That's not the
Okay.
question.
Well. Before I get into like what I think, I want to give you some perspective so you can elaborate on this. Okay. When you have a kid, like when I look at my kids, I want to see like their little nose that looks a little bit like me, and their hair is a little bit like my hair when I was growing up. Now I don't have hair like that. Okay. And my older son's eyebrows look like my eyebrows, but then his cheek and like the how deep his eyes are like that's from his mom. And I enjoy looking at this like, oh, he got this from his mom and he got this from me and this from, and this looks like my brother and this looks like my sister, and the little like color tone. And when you adapt, it's kind of like you from the jump, you know, you aren't related to this kid. And what if the kid doesn't accept you once the kid finds out like you have nothing to do like genetically with this kid? You just kept them in your household, which doesn't always go wrong, of course. I mean, I'm just saying like sometimes.
Your argument against adoption. Okay. All right.
No, I'm just leaving it open because as human beings, we're way too diverse to say is this or that.
Okay, you know what? Then I guess grow people in vats then. That's cool.
I wish you would like elaborate on that, but it's cool. Now, this is the thing. I see things that are wrong with that for sure, and I see people just doing it, not even for the connection. It's just to say, hey, you know, I got money like that. Look, this is my trophy over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see that people doing those things. I see other people like mass creating as I always do, right? You already know. If you know me, you know me. I see the government grabbing like a freaking army of these lab grown people, you know, like enhancing them and using them. I mean, you know what I mean? I also can see this causing division. You know what I mean? Like the real kids versus the little labbies or whatever you want to call them. Like I see that as well.
Yeah, but it's gonna happen though. Like you have to do it because these people are dying off. Nobody's having kids anymore. So
Well, it doesn't. It seems like a mixture of things. It doesn't seem like people are just not having kids.
Yeah,
People are being encouraged.
kids.
People are being encouraged to not have kids. People are being told, you know, you being told that it's a struggle, it's expensive, it's this and it's that. A lot of things points to.
It might be some of it. I think it's just like in modern times, it's just people just got other things to do, and you get preoccupied.
If self-love, absolutely, empowerment, self-love, all these things. You want vacations? Well, if you got kids, that money is not just for you. That money is gonna go to this kid, diapers and wipes and food and all that. Like I seen these promotions out there, and then on top of that, okay, the food we are being fed here, especially here in the U.S., is chemically castrating us. You know that, right? It does lower your sperm count. It does lower.
That mess you be
It lowers women's ovulations. It mess with their cycles. All these things.
You guys choose to eat this like low quality food. I try and tell you. You don't listen to me.
I know.
But
I know.
if it's all everywhere, if it's cheap, if it's available.
We got water at work, right? And it's like in these little plastic bottles. I said, hey, Angel, you know there's plastic in there, right? And I'm not talking about plastic that's seeping. There's literally like bits of plastic, like hard plastic in there. And I said, hey, nigga.
Yeah.
I said, hey, there's plastic.
Wow.
And he even felt the plastic and spit it out. But he still drinks that water to this day. To this day, he still drinks it, knowing that there's bits of plastic in there.
The water is different. I haven't filled a piece of plastic, and I don't drink that water often. Actually, I don't even drink the water from the.
Ever.
Yeah, sometimes.
That should be the answer, but indeed,
Is that
the
sometimes?
humanity has to.
No, I mean, I agree. 100%. I agree with what he is saying. I mean,
those waters like, hey man, you want something to drink? I'm like, no. Like, why are you drinking it?
but you know what? That's wrong of you. No, listen. That's a sin to know something and not share the information with people. Like it's sinful. You know this is harmful, and you're just like, nah, I'm gonna protect myself. I'm not.
Plastic in it. Other people ask me.
You told me.
It's not plastic. They don't believe it.
Oh, okay. I hope you do tell people, because I tell people all the time, and then it's counterproductive because every now and then I'll chug one of those waters real quick. I try not to drink
soda machines. That plastic sack of syrup that those sodas come from, and you just drinking that stuff. I'm like, come on, man. I'm not drinking that.
No. Yeah.
I drink
you're
soda
right.
as well, but also at the bar.
Yeah, but when you work
place
in the
that wild.
restaurant and you see it comes in like this big plastic sack of syrup, it's like I couldn't. You just.
By the way, I don't know if you guys know. Yeah, it comes. It's called a bag in a box, and it comes. It's syrup, and it's
Heavily concentrated.
it's heavy. I mean, this stuff is heavy. I mean, if you break a bag, you better not wait 2 minutes to mop it up. Okay.
Oh yeah.
And it make
stuff when it leaks out. Yeah.
bro. Yeah, man. Like the other day, I touched the thing over there, and it had my hairs like sticking out, like it dried out on me, like the hairs on my arm. But yeah, we are chemically day by day chemically castrated. Listen, we are being chemically castrated not just by the water, not just by the sodas. Not what's that?
I said you act like it's happening automatically. There's choices you can make. Okay, there's choices.
Okay, so very limited choices here in the U.S. By the way, but I've been trying to get into this for months. That little salmon you think you're drinking, what you eating? That little organic salad you eat? That little, you know what's in that? There's no. For months, I've been trying to get into this because this is such a big thing, and people don't listen. You don't listen either. Me knowingly, I make bad choices, and that's cool. But listen, it goes from the soda you drinking to the water you brush your teeth with. You know this, right? Like it's just everything. The water that touches your body, the soap you lather yourself with, and also the deodorant you put right after. We are being poisoned by each and every item we have.
Angel.
By the way, making soap and making deodorant very easy.
Yeah, I use natural African soap. Like, what are you talking about, man?
What's that?
It's black soap. For black
Okay. So that for black people. Okay, listen. Yes, back in the day that used to be an alternative, but right now, currently, to come into the U.S., they got rules and regulations. Guess what?
I've never seen no black soap over here. Or I haven't.
Yeah, it's a soap that is actually like made with freaking roots, charcoal. It has not dirt. What's it called? Clay. A little bit of clay, and it is actually very rich for your body.
Oh.
Yeah, you see.
Very rich for your body and skin.
Yeah, but it's for black people though. That's why they call it
with
black
shea
soap.
butter.
You can't use it.
It's no, don't get the shea butter either. No, don't do that. Just get the raw African soap.
Okay.
You want the raw stuff, okay? All the additives, all those oils, the shea oils, it says it's good. No, there's a difference between something being good and something being better than the other one. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So
But like I'm saying,
that's DNA alteration right there, Ed. Daily.
you're not all just being poisoned. You know, if you want to eat hot pockets and French fries and chicken fingers all day, then yeah, but you don't have to
Yeah.
do that. Okay.
But this is changing our DNA. Like this is changing our structures.
Okay, that's by choice. Like, you can make healthy choices, man.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, you can.
But
Hold
very
your own
expensive.
stuff, and yeah, make your own soap, make your own detergent, make your own everything. I mean, my girlfriend now starts using or making her own how do you call it, for washing the clothes. She uses
Yeah,
makes her
we
own.
make our own laundry detergent as well.
Exactly.
Very easy as well too. Very sustainable ingredients as well.
But yeah,
Okay, but going back to this, okay, Nagayan, you have a son.
yeah.
Are you planning on having more kids? Maybe twins?
I'm not gonna genetically modify them. No.
I wanted twins a long time ago. Okay, so no to what? What are you telling me no to? Like, are you saying no more kids?
I'm gonna have more kids, and if it's twins, that would be a blessing. But it's not very prone to happen in my family or my girlfriend's family, so we're not genetically predisposed to having twins. So the chances are statistically smaller than other people, probably.
Now, if you follow Elon Musk, you know we need humans, right?
Yes, I've heard of.
Okay, so more kids? That's a yes.
Yes, I already said yes.
Okay, I think I want one or two more.
You and Brittany is on the same level, or?
Well, if you follow Elon Musk, you gotta trade him in after they give you one or two kids. You trade him in, get you another baby mama.
Oh yes, that is true. Let me see. I gotta see these traits. I'm gonna wait into 2027, see what I can do about it. You know, I think it's unethical, but I do think having the technology available there for our existence will be dire. And that's why I brought in all the chemically castration things. Okay. I think it will be necessary at some point. I keep making emphasis, and I want to read this book. I've been practicing reading. I'm trying to change a lot of my habits. I'm actually reading the Bible currently, every night, at least 1 or 2 pages, just so you know. But there's a few books I want to look into because I want to get smarter, and I want to get a little more motivated. Also, I've been
the books.
That I'm reading.
Yeah.
It's a book somebody gave me. It's something for men, okay? And it's so far I haven't came across anything I didn't know already, anything I haven't spoke to Brittany about or anything like that. But sometimes you just life hits you and you just like lose your grasp on certain things. And just like rereading it kind of brings it back a little bit for me, at least.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yeah, I know this. I don't know title. I'm bad with names. You know this. But if you're really interested, I can send it to you personally. But Holy Bible, I so far I can't recommend a better book than that. Okay, is the book of life. I do believe there's a few things I would like to challenge on that. But we're not getting into that. Okay. What was that face for, again?
The Holy Bible. That's the book. The book of life.
No. Yeah, I'm just saying, just to say, like it's a lot of life in it. I mean,
it's a lot of stories in it, indeed. A lot of lessons to be learned.
Yeah, well, lessons are part of life. So, there's a lot of life in it. That's how I translate it.
Life experience.
But in a world where the amount of kids that are being born, depopulation, like natural depopulation, are you willing to donate some of your DNA, Ed?
For what are you talking about? What? So they can grow kids and faster? What are you talking about?
So they can freeze your DNA and
No.
keep it there just in case. There's a library that's actually dedicated to this.
No.
If you want to call it a library, it's a bank. No, you wouldn't give your DNA.
I'm against it.
You don't.
I'm against it.
Why? You don't think your traits? We would need people with your traits. You're strong.
They want kids, but they don't want to deal with a man like, nah, get out of here. Get out of here.
But I'm saying like there's there's that, and also, but then there's like this library that's being kept for human. Like there's a library that even keeps like seeds and stuff like that of trees and stuff that are in existence, supposedly, so we don't commit the same mistakes we did before.
Angel, look, I'm gonna be real with you, okay? I'm gonna be real with you. All right. When the technological singularity come, we're gonna have so much technology, we're gonna be living forever anyways. So all this stuff you talking about, I don't know, whatever. Okay.
And we're gonna be living organisms, like
It depends, you know what I mean? Whatever you want.
Cyborg.
skin and bones and or cyborgs. Like where we and how are we gonna accomplish this living forever?
Well, Angel, we got super intelligent AIs. They're gonna be able to make any invention like you and
But
me.
that's not you. No. Nothing is forever. That's the first thing, okay? And there's no way to replace your brain. Just your brain.
If you live for like 200-300 years and you're like, you know what? I think
Your brain deteriorates. Is what I'm saying. Like
it doesn't have to, Angel. We just got to find the answer, okay?
Yeah, I'm thinking like maybe I'm dooms thinking, but or I've watched so many movies, but what passes my mind every time you say we're heading towards like this forever living and technological advancements in such a way that we can just download ourselves into the net, is that there will be a battle, there will come a battle between humans or what's left of humans and these technological advancements in such a way that probably we will have to revert back, or people are going to revert back to without technology, or in a way without the technology as we know it today, without the digital aspect of it.
Well, I think the minute you lose your essence, regardless of what, you're already dead.
Okay,
you are not you.
Then you keep your essence.
I won't do it. I won't do it. I'll pass on.
When you see all the cool stuff that we have, yeah, you'll be.
That is true. Maybe I'll find some, but like so far, bro, I have no problem with leaving today. God forbid, of course. My only fear is leaving somebody behind that actually needs me. But that's it. I'm not attached to this right now.
Okay.
At least right now. Maybe they'll invent something cool. I would like to see some dinosaurs.
Yeah, I'm still worried about some dinosaurs. I would like to see some extinct animals coming back, and I think
extinct animals or animals who were believed to be extinct, they are here.
They're almost here.
No. So in the last like 3-4 years, there's been over 40 species, and this is going anywhere from like insects, like worms and stuff like that, to the demonio de Tasmania.
Tasmanian
devil.
Tiger. It's the Tasmanian devil.
Tasmanian. No, it's called. Oh no, Tasmanian tiger. There you go. No. That never went extinct. I'm sorry.
Black, white. The Tasmanian devil is a small black, white, like Wolverine-looking kind of animal, and the Tasmanian tiger is the one that has the stripes on its back.
By the way, let me look up the name of this. Forrest Gallant. I've been watching him a lot. Okay.
Yeah.
Forrest Gallant. Look him up on freaking. If you have small kids, please have your kids like follow this dude. This is like so cool and informational. Me and my kids watch this all the time, man. This dude has found like 8 freaking different species, and he hasn't seen the Tasmanian tiger in person, but he found a skeleton of a tribe. Somebody in a tribe like far away ended up finding this dog, which they thought it was a dog, but a dog. He raised the dog until he was big. The dog got attacked and killed, and the tribe ate it. And he sent a lady to investigate the tribe that had like actually like seen this dog, okay, that claimed to see these dogs. And when they went in there, all they had was a skeleton. They compared the skeleton, the jawbone, and it matches like supposedly perfectly to the samples they have. And more people have seen that they see them in the wild, and they supposedly very shy to humans and all these things. But if you got the bones that somebody ate the freaking dog the other day, there's more.
Mm-hmm.
There's got to be more. That wasn't the only dude walking around, man. Like, and the same with a turtle that he ended up finding. Okay, he went to the Joe Rogan podcast, and he said, I'm going next week to freaking look at this island to see what I found. He actually found what he was freaking looking for. I think that's so exciting to me, at least. I don't know.
It's
Look at
something like how do you call that, Steve? The one that got stung by the stingray.
Steve Irwin or
Steve
Irwin?
Irwin, yeah.
Yeah. Well, imagine live DNA from these animals that are endangered or thought to be extinct. If we are already cloning freaking other things, there's nothing better than circulating DNA. I mean, live DNA. At the end of this year, look into it. Okay, the end of this year, we might be seeing some reveals, some animals that are being brought that were thought to be impossible. Of course, when we speak of this, we start thinking of like Jurassic Park, that T-Rex is gonna kill us all and all these things. I don't think they're gonna start with T-Rexes like right away or anything like that, you know. But it is a possibility.
Why not?
What? Why?
Like, why would the T-Rex be killing everybody? Like,
Oh, that's what you mean.
modern.
Oh, okay. Well, it was said that it was.
Snack.
Okay, so the T-Rex was believed to be the apex predator, like the most feared animal out there. Recently, it has recently it has been corrected. It was a scavenger. It said like the freaking hands are not good enough, like just hunting or whatever. It was mainly
Like, it wouldn't pose a threat. Like how would this thing be a threat?
that thing got a giant jaw. It's super strong muscle that we don't freaking have by no stretch of the imagination.
Angel, like, we're not gonna go hand to hand with a T-Rex. You know what I'm
Yeah. Understood. But gorillas escaped the freaking zoo.
None of this stuff. These animals ain't threats.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
You don't think so either, Nagai?
No. Indeed.
Now,
I would
since
maybe have some genetically modified T-Rexes that can resist some tanker bullets and stuff like that, then you got something. But
that would have to be also a cyborg, like some metal plates or something.
yeah, then. So yeah, there are gonna be some heavy modifications needed to be done before it actually becomes something that we cannot handle. Let's put it like that.
Okay.
But
now, if this happens, can we go see this thing? Like, can we see this park?
probably yes.
Ed?
I don't get this fascination with dinosaurs. Like, who cares?
Bro, something that didn't exist yesterday, man, is out there walking around. Something that is history walking around. I don't know. I'm fascinating. You know, I already shared what you guys like. One of my freaking wishes would be to know history throughout. To know the real story.
Yeah.
That's just me though.
Well, you could,
I
but
am
you gotta read books and stuff and get it, But hey,
nah.
for
The the problem is that books are very limited, or a story is very limited, because even if something actually happens, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, and I'm sorry, but guys, a story, I feel, takes too much the shape and personality of those who are telling the story. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why they call it history.
So I keep coming across that. Like, I see personalities every time I read something, or a story, or whatever. I see too much of the personality of that person who is actually telling the story. But are you guys bored, Nagai? And you bored of the subject?
No, I like the flow of it, and indeed it has some. Yeah, we can go with this topic like all the way to dinosaurs and all the way back to humans, but it's quite broad, and it's there's a lot to it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot to digest.
Yeah.
So
all right.
I think we covered most of it.
We can move on. Please leave in your comments. Please let us know if we are missing something, or perspective, or whatever. It would be fun to like revisit this. I like revisiting like things I find to be interesting or whatever. Now, by the way, there's a segment. Once I do the office and everything, I want to start that segment of Unidentified Podcast After Dark, and it's just like the conspiracy theories, like stories, history, legends, and myth, and stuff like that. And I want all of us to actually like work together and to bring in something. Have 3 different things, subjects, 1 each, and take it from there. Ed, I don't know if you've been reading the comments, but people want to see you, so I'm glad we can see you today. People want to see a little more of you, your face, and stuff like that. I think you are a handsome guy. Let people see you, man. It's been a few people actually. Even Brittany said it would be nice to see you. Okay, you're the only one that we can't see. And I think also you are kind of like the coolest guy in the crew too. So
my room is just dark.
Well, buy a freaking lamp.
Yeah, it's a light, but it's like it just doesn't.
In front of you.
Yeah, it's like it's behind me. So, yeah.
Exactly. So that's gonna make your contrast even worse.
Yeah. Okay. By the way, a last note is when it comes to the Identified After Dark, I want Nagayan to come up with his own idea as well for a segment as well. But I want to see if we can, each one of us, start like editing our own segment, so we can see some like, as I said before, like we are telling the story, we see our perspective and our personality. I want to give people the opportunity to see a little more of us into our work. Okay. And I'm excited for that. I want to do the After Dark, and it's going to be a little different in addition than what it is. It is a lot to learn. Props to freaking Ed, man. It's a headache. I'm not even freaking exaggerating. It has 1,000 buttons just before you do anything. I mean, it's a lot of freaking work, man.
Oh,
so
stuff now.
I'm just chopping stuff. I wouldn't say I'm not editing anything. I'm just chopping stuff, touching buttons and stuff like that. I'm not doing anything. Like, I'm just looking at this and copying it, but I'm not able to do it myself. So I'm getting there. I'm yeah, absolutely. But little by little, just bear with me. Guys, thank you for all the comments. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for always watching and having an opinion on what we do. We just hit, I think today, Nagain, was it today?
Yes. March the 13th, we hit 5,000 views, and yeah, it's 4,000
This is
views. I think 3 months ago or 2 months ago.
yeah. Well, it doesn't sound like much, and it's really not much. But think about this: we started with 0 views. Okay, so 5,000 people watching, and you know what? Also, like people are saying, like it is interesting. Once you get into it, you actually want to watch more. We gotta do like switch a few things, and we are always improving, and things keep, you know, changing. And I just asked for the opportunity for us, for you guys to give us the opportunity to do that much, to continue to change and do better. I think it's excited. I'm excited for what's coming out.
Yeah, we're up to 68 followers, and yeah, slowly, steadily increasing. But yeah, think that with 68 followers to get 5,000 views, that's a lot. So
Yeah.
thank you guys for watching. Thank you for coming back to the channel and revisiting or watching new episodes. I'm glad you like it, and like Lito said, we're continuously improving from our side and keeping taking all the pointers that are being told, trying to incorporate them as we go. So thank you for your patience and your loyalty.
Yeah.
Add something for our crowd. Do you?
Oh, do I have something? No.
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna keep. I thought we had another topic. You guys talking like this is.
We have some topics still in the pipeline.
Oh,
We just
we can continue. I'm good with it. But I think it's good if people are watching this far. I think it's good to like show gratitude to whatever attention they giving us. Okay, so moving on. What we got then, Ed? Let's go.
No, this is Nagayan. I think Nagayan he posted this. I guess.
Is this in WhatsApp?
No.
Oh, this is.
It could have been what I don't know, or did
Oh,
I
yeah,
move it over
probably.
to Illinois? I'm not sure, but you posted this is about employees in Austin's YouTube music team. They're getting laid off.
Oh yeah, Malinut.
Mhm.
I see it. Yeah, this is maybe some interesting, but it was quite short. I didn't really look into this, so if anybody knows about something like this, but this seems like the YouTube music branch, people got like directly laid off without any notice, and they were just finding out while this video was being recorded. So that's what we got in the pipelines. It's a small skit. Can you roll the video to see?
Where's the audio? It's always down there.
Yeah.
Through the bench period.
What time can we leave? What time can we leave today?
We're gonna get to that right after this meeting. I'll give you the directions on how we want to collect all any stuff that needs to be done, and then you can go. While you're on the bench, you'll be supported in finding new projects, like we just mentioned, within the Cognizant ecosystem.
Oh, she was crying.
Oh, I didn't notice.
I thought
Basically,
it was like some AI angle, some sort of hey, they're getting replaced with the AIs. That's where I thought you were going with this.
yeah, I was more like speculating. Is this the beginning of the mass layoffs? Because yeah, but YouTube music, I haven't listened to YouTube music. I don't know how big the
I
audience.
have premium, and I get
Yes.
the YouTube Music app. It's pretty cool.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
Do
like-
you think
yeah.
it's something that requires a lot of people to manage, or
I have no idea, man.
What? But why do this like this though? Like
With no notice.
YouTube is making a lot of money. Can't they sue like as a collective, like sue YouTube? I mean, because
Be
like
grateful that you ever had a job in the first place. Okay.
okay, so okay, let me tell you this. In order for me, and I was a manager for a while, right? In order for me to rehire you, you have to give me a 2 weeks notice.
Yeah. Yes, I've heard about
Yeah.
this policy. Yeah.
So wouldn't it be fair to give me some sort of notice? like, okay, I understand if it was one single person that's acting up, that's breaking rules, that's not rindiendo, like it's
Then you can get
meeting
fired.
expectations.
Yeah.
And then by all means, fire that dude. You know what I mean? Fire 2-3 people that are in the collective. That we good. We understand each other that far, right?
They got
But-
something here.
Oh,
It says,
okay. Help me out.
It says serious post. I know a lot of you have followed this account for the memes and the niche humor that comes with being an Austin resident. I get that and I appreciate it. If you'll bear with me, I'd like to share something personal. I have been working at YouTube Music for almost 3 years, and most people would say, wow, that's a really cool tech job. And I bet you get paid a lot. The truth of the matter is that we get paid $19 an hour. I guess that's really not a lot, especially living in Austin. Here with awful benefits that come out of your benefits that
Let me stop you. Let me stop you there. I don't accept your complaint about the wages, okay? Because one, and no offense, and not trying to be cutthroat, but you signed paperwork saying that you agreed to this. That's the first thing. Second of all, you can ask for a raise, and if it doesn't work out and it doesn't meet your expectations, then you can search for something else. Like if it's the wages, the problem. But like I feel like if we make a deal, both of us gotta honor our deal. Does that make sense?
Yes and no. It has some things to it. I mean, if you're working for YouTube, you can expect some perks to the job, and of course, not only having YouTube as on your resume, because that's gonna boost your CV, your resume, but
If you work for if you work for YouTube, you had to sign the same paperwork that anybody else had to sign, is what
Yes.
I'm saying. And
But then
in that paper, it tells you how much you're making.
yes.
All right, okay.
Now, terrible work conditions and stuff like that, that's different. I find that.
Office. Like, imagine having to come back to that office every day. That would just be so depressing. Okay.
I could never do an office job.
Okay. Go ahead. If was there more to the?
Yeah, there's more. We get paid $19 an hour here with awful benefits that come out of our paychecks and a restrictive PTO policy. This is simply not enough to live with any kind of comfortability in this city, which is across the board significantly increasing its average cost of living year by year. Let me see, is there more here? Is there more? This is why we unionize. Okay, I'm not reading all this too much. It's all.
Whoa.
Oh no. Yeah. We banded together to hopefully make a change, to have the ability to negotiate our working conditions and our pay.
There you go.
That's what
Yes.
happened. For the first 2 years of me working at YouTube Music, I worked remote and the job was not bad. We consistently met quality targets and I could save money by not driving to work every day, making food at home, etc. I'm also lucky enough to not have any dependents or extreme debts. This made the job at least manageable. But as soon as we unanimously unionized, Cognizant and Google, our joint employers as determined by the National Labor Relations Board, twice now, illegally changed our working conditions without negotiating with the union. They continued to change working conditions illegally over and over again without allowing the union to have a say. We have filed numerous ULPs to the NLRB, however, they have yet to be ruled on due to the backlog of the NLRB has at the moment. Today, without any prior notice or warning, our entire team was laid off. Google and Cognizant have profited immensely of our labor and consequently, for lack of a better word, fucked us. As we were leaving the premises, members of the HR physically assaulted our co-workers to remove them from the premises as they packed their personal items, leaving bruises and scratch marks. This is completely unacceptable. Okay, so that's the backstory in the comments. So now that's the argument against the things that you said, Lito, because it's stating they changed the things they actually signed, and they made the working conditions worse over time. So this is something you signed a while ago, and they
Like things
Did
change.
they sign though? Did they? Because
Yeah,
I think
that's
by making working conditions worse, what I think that's code for is we had the luxury of working at home, and then they required that we come to the office and work. I think that's what.
yeah.
that is a good point. But when terms and conditions change, I mean, you already put in a spot. Like you already have the job and you have job security, and if you don't sign, you don't have a job no longer. That's kind of like pressure into signing something that you don't necessarily agree. So I can see that part, but I can also see what you're saying, Ed, and I agree with that. Now, this is my question, Ed. We have never had an office job, not this type of office job, but I know somebody who did, right?
Yes,
So nigga, and talk to me, man.
I mean, what I figured out along the way, and this is not only for an office job, but for every job you do where you trade in your working hours for salary, is that the inflation actually kicks your butt in your wages, and this inflation doesn't congruently match each other.
You are referring as in like a contract, like a predetermined salary contract.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree on that. Well, okay, let's say your contract. How long are your contracts?
In the Netherlands, we have like they do 3 contracts. First 2 are most of the time temporary until 7 months or to a year or 2 years, and then the third one they have to do either permanent or that they say, yeah, this will be your last temporary contract with us because they don't want you anymore, or they don't have space for you or anything in that terms. But once you have the permanent contract, there's nothing actually that, unless you do some unlawful things or you violate the company code or something like you said, to that they can fire you. They can fire you only if you do these unlawful acts or go against the policy. But even if there's a restructuring or anything that the company can no longer see a job for you, they also have the capability, and they do have to tell the people, so okay, the company is going to be discontinued or we're going to go into another form. We give a notice, or they're supposed to give a notice, and that's in the contract for 2 months, at least 1 month prior to them firing you, or for them releasing you from your.
So but the problem is we don't know what the YouTube contract requires, though, and that's the only thing we can argue, because I wish, Ed, any chance we could actually like pull up, like AI would find a mock contract from YouTube or something.
Bro, YouTube is such a big company, man. It's like it would be like so many different departments and different people.
Okay,
she
no
was
problem.
saying, it was like you think this would be a cool tech job. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that work at Google who do have a cool tech job. They're making 100, 200K a year, and they're sitting up in the office on a bean bag, and everything is just cool. And they got a cafeteria with a whole bunch of free snacks.
Now, this is my question, Ed, and it's the best and most important.
To be honest with it, like honestly, what people be complaining.
How so?
Dude, our job is cool. Like, what are you talking about, man?
Where you work at, man? Same building as me?
Yeah, but you left. See, so now I don't know what you're doing now, but yeah.
Yo, tell me why this dude tells my old boss I'm trying to come back.
He did?
Ed, you guys don't know. Ed is always like freaking messing around, but like you wouldn't think so. But yeah, he told my old boss.
He's looking for a job.
Yeah, I'm like, no. I don't want to be a manager or supervisor no more. But okay, the job did have its cool moments and perks and all these things. I wouldn't say you're stretching it, bro. Stop
No,
playing.
it's pretty cool, man. I go in the office, I read for like, like an hour, get my coffee, my chocolates and stuff, just be chilling, man. Like it's, yeah, you got to come out on the floor and work and stuff, but it's
You get dirty, you come back home. Well, at least I came back
my
home
last
smelling like
job was
garbage.
working in a landfill, okay? There ain't no dirt there, okay? Like it ain't nothing.
What is landfill for like harvesting?
No, a
No,
landfill where you
it's,
put all the
we
trash.
put waste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
okay,
what are you talking
cool.
about? It's dirty. No, it's not. No. My last job, you would come home and the bathtub would be black. Like you just got dust and dirt and just all type of stuff on you.
Oh, okay. Never experienced that. Okay. And landfill is a term I didn't know. Oh, I agree. I can see that. But this is my thing though. Like, okay, Ed, let's say this happens in 3 different states, just for example. What is this doing to our economy?
You mean like the AI layoffs or just layoffs in general or?
The layoffs such as this one, like same exact thing, YouTube office here in New York, let's say New York City, for example. New York City, we know there's a big economy that moves throughout New York City, you know what I mean? Rent is expensive.
In New York City.
What I'm saying is,
Angel, what are you talking about? First off, these
Yeah.
guys were making $19 an hour. Okay, we got some
Mhm.
dishwashers who are making that or pretty close to it.
Okay.
Right? Like,
yeah,
these aren't high paying jobs. These guys can go find another job making that or probably more. Okay.
okay, this is a
And you're in
problem.
Austin. I mean, come on now. You're in Austin. You're in a big city.
Okay. Let's put this in perspective. Okay,
Yeah.
God forbid. Okay, something happens to your job, right?
Yeah.
They tell you when you try to go in tomorrow.
Yeah.
They tell you, hey man, we're not gonna be needing your services right there and then.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
First of all, that's mentally frustrating.
No, it won't. You know
But you're a big boy. What's that?
I go, get me a workout in, and say, okay, man, it's time.
Okay, you are a
bad.
bad example. You are a terrible example.
And now it's time to do some real work.
No. You are a bad example to have, and I'll tell you why. You have any idea why, guy?
Because I don't have a family to take care of. So, yeah.
You don't have a family to take care of, and you have money saved up as well. The average American, okay, there was a study. I don't.
Crazy.
Thank you, Ed. Okay, actually, I'm gonna work on that tonight. Let's see how
For
that.
those who don't know,
Right.
video stock.
Okay, but listen. Average American, it is said that they don't have enough money to take care of, let's say, $1,000 emergency. Let's say, for
$500.
it is $500. The study I saw, but you can see somebody finding $500 even if they freaking gotta borrow it.
And it's the same person who's riding around in a brand new Mercedes,
big rims,
BMW sound system,
big rims, jewelry on,
the latest iPhone,
Jordans.
Come on,
yeah,
and ain't got five.
I mean, we see it. We're not done. I get it, Ed, but like they don't. What I'm trying to say is they don't know how to manage their finances. I'm learning how to manage mine.
I'm bad at managing finances.
So there you go.
I work at finance. So that's a.
So that's what I'm saying. It is $500, Ed, but just to put a little more into it, okay? Let's say it's 500 and your rent is due too. So you know what I mean? Wow, like you go home frustrated, scared, confused. You got to give your wife the news. You got to look at your kids when you come back home. Now you got to decide. The average person, I'm not talking about Niagara Falls because over here it's different. This is the most different place I ever seen in my life. But okay, but let's say me, for example, I would come home and I'm like, what do I want to do? what's in my square of things that I because I'm not gonna be hopping around. I'm not gonna be freaking McDonald's today, Burger King tomorrow, and Target in 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Like I want a job and I want stability. I want to know what I'm getting every week so I can like manage things accordingly, right? But that's just me. Now the person got to look for something like I want to do this or I want to do this, and now you start looking up online, and now you start freaking the whole process. You go for it, Nagai. Oh,
Yeah, no,
you've been
that
doing this recently.
this is
Go
exactly where the position I'm in currently, because
go for it, man.
didn't get laid off, but my contract was due for another term, and I said I want to go. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to work in the finance, and maybe that was my choice then. That I didn't get laid off, but yeah, what followed was I'm now currently looking into all these kinds of jobs which I can do, which I want to do, but because I don't have the experience, I need to re-educate myself into that field. And if it weren't for the actual here in Holland, in the Netherlands, we have a plan that, not a plan, but something is an insurance in place that if you get laid off work, then you are actually given 70% of your last loan for period of time which you have worked. So if you have worked for 10 years, then for 10 months you can get 70% of your salary in to for yourself to sustain yourself and your living.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's something I didn't think about. Unemployment. Okay, I get it.
Exactly. And do you have that in the US as well?
Yes, we do.
And
I don't know
yeah,
what the
both.
qualifications would be.
Got it.
Uh-huh. I don't know what the I don't know what the qualifications for it would be or the measurements or how they do that. Only because I only had that during COVID and those were like special conditions. Um, Ed, you were in the land field. How did you take care of that?
What do you mean how I took care of? Oh, I just
From the switch. How
no,
did
I
you
just said, okay, I don't want to do this anymore, and I saved up some money and I just quit.
That is actually like, but you were given the opportunity to quit. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying too. Um, my goodness. Nagayan, do you have a plan? Did you think about this, or is this something that just came your way and you just like,
I don't want to do this anymore. That's all I was thinking. I this doesn't make me happy anymore. And I recently had a kid. It's now 11 months old, almost 1 year. And it looked like the timing wasn't right. The timing was off. But my girlfriend said, you either do it now or you're going to regret it forever. Not doing it.
When I see your girlfriend, I'm gonna give her a freaking tight ass hug. I'm not even playing, bro. Like having a girl that to back you up like that, you better value that seriously. And you know, because like usually these girls out here, if you ain't got money, then you don't have nothing to offer. We come across that a lot, actually. And I'll give you props as well. I mean, do you regret it?
I would have taken things a little bit differently if I known this like it had.
What would have been the end game, man? That's
Exactly.
my question.
Exactly. It wouldn't have the same outcome as it has now. It wouldn't bring.
Then there you go. You made the right choice when you were supposed to do it, and that's it.
Yeah.
If the outcome would have been the same, you did the right thing, and I give you props for that, for choosing happiness over whatever you had going on. And it's a change that I wish I had made many times, but I couldn't let go, and that killed me a little bit. But I'm glad I made adjustments little by little. It took me some time or whatever, and I made adjustments. But man, I mean, a few months ago, if I had my things in order, I would have left, and that would have been premature, like a premature action. And I think things happen for a reason, and the order that's supposed to be not in the order you want it to be. Okay, so I'll say that much. But I'm glad you make that choice, and I encourage people who get your stuff together, man. Like Ed did. That's a great example of how you want to manage your things. If this is not for you, save up some money, man. You don't have to spend all this money. You don't have to have the last Jordans that came out. Just be a little more conservative with your money and a little more out there with your happiness. Now, we never responded what happens to a city economy in general, like with mass layoffs.
If you take COVID, I mean,
the government was taking
with
care of
COVID.
money, so that didn't.
With COVID, a lot of like fast food places and stuff like that, we invented these apps where they bring you freaking food to the front of.
these apps already existed. Yeah.
That ain't what happened.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't what happened.
Okay, go for it.
Don't you remember
Help
the
me.
fast food people still had to work? There was a lot of people who still had to work.
Yeah, but the regular customers, weren't going out there to restaurants. Is what I'm trying to say. Like people were bringing food to you. Yeah, they were still working, but we weren't going out there. We were we were pretty much staying at home and being fed at home.
I'm just curious.
You know what I mean?
How long did it take you to realize that COVID was fake?
I don't.
How long did the society?
Yo, listen, COVID is not fake. Be careful.
Oh, yeah.
We don't want to,
Sorry, yeah.
Ed, you already got us once, man.
Put my mask on right now.
And I repeated it. Anyway, COVID indeed wasn't fake, but
That COVID, man, that was serious, man. Yeah.
The things that they put in place in order to protect us as citizens and as the general public, that was quite extreme, and that
Yeah, especially like
it had a.
you guys need to you can't celebrate Christmas, you can't celebrate New Year's, but they did though. They had their party, but you guys need to stay in the house though.
But let me also tell you this, though, Ed. The problem with COVID over here was too that all these restaurants had to close down because a lot of people didn't want to buy food. Like a lot of people, some other people, that's how they eat every day. They eat, burgers from McDonald's every day, right? But like a lot of people didn't want to eat outside because just in case you had COVID, I don't want COVID, affecting the food you're bringing into my house or nothing like that. Like me, I was washing my groceries and everything.
How long did it take you to stop doing that? Give me a month.
I don't know, like the whole year, the whole first year. I was washing, cleaning everything because let me tell.
May I was done.
No, Ed, let me tell you this, and I'll tell you why. Okay, because in my head, I'm so extremist. Like I do everything in an extreme. Okay, I'm like this is an attack. Sorry, now I know this is just something that happened. There's a sickness. But in my mind, I'm like, we being attacked. I can have an opinion, right? Like I can give my opinion.
You can.
Okay. So I'm like, I'm being attacked. They gonna put this shit in the water? They gonna freaking have airplanes going around, sprinkling stuff around and gonna say this is what it is. He died from this, and nah. You're not getting me like that. I'm not going outside. I'm not. Every time I saw an airplane, I'm like, let's go inside, kids. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there should be no airplanes flying around. And I kept seeing like military airplanes, bro. I was paranoid. You understand me? I'm like, they gonna get us. They're gonna put this shit in the water. Don't drink the water. Don't do it.
That was the only time Lito stopped drinking the plastic water.
No. Bro, I was brushing my teeth with the jugs of freaking water, man.
Yeah,
What's it called?
bottled water. The jugs of water, yeah, the gallons of water.
Bro. I mean, I'm like, they ain't never been this nice to me. They sending me money every week. Every week you're sending me money? Every week?
Yeah.
Nobody ever been this nice to me. So,
Yeah.
pardon my,
Paranoia?
my paranoia. I know you guys would never.
No, I'm totally the opposite of that. I'm if it gets me, it gets me. I was very
At that time, that shit was knocking people out, man. I guess it was.
Yeah, I know. And even then, it wasn't enough to like scare the creep out of me that I'm washing my hands 3 or 2 times a day. I was just washing it probably after I went to the loo, and that's it.
Bro, you saying that, and I feel like I have no taste right now.
There were some times I was like, okay, maybe I got it. I'm not sure, but yeah, I got in contact with that person, and that person got sick, so maybe I got it.
Ed had that too, and he trying to act like he like the healthiest dude ever. Bruh,
No, we got sick.
You got sick. Stop playing.
All the time you know me, have you ever seen me sick? Come in work sick?
Yeah, twice actually.
Never happened.
And I counted it. Yeah, I one of these episodes you over here like with the sniffles and everything, like since we started recording. Yeah. You remember the guy that I pointed it out?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It did happen. Stop playing.
But, by the way, anyways, are there any topics that we have still left on the?
There's a whole bunch, but I think we're about good. We're about good, nigga. This is.
Can we do one more?
I thought you were trying to make your exit. I thought that's what that was.
No.
It's just you, nigga? Like, you know what it is, or you trying to like?
No, I'm looking at Milanote right now, and I see, I think Bill Ackman plan to fix America, and some congressional clues on Microsoft's next move.
Mm-hmm.
Those are one is investing, and the other one is.
Put it up. Send it to the chat.
No, it's here in Milano.
Yeah, I can see Ed's cursor going in Milanote. I saw yours too, by the way.
Mine?
Yeah.
How you
If
see
you go
mine?
into Milanote and you change something, or you just go around.
Okay. Oh, Mylon. Okay,
Yeah.
no, I thought you were saying here right now, because I was, as you said that, I was moving my my thing over here.
What you want to do this one real quick?
Yeah. Let's just
you got something to say about this?
No.
Okay, all right. I'll just play that.
This is you, right?
Yeah. Okay, all right. We got a problem here.
General manager of advertising and strategy at Microsoft. This guy right here is going to help me get rich quick. See, he's a United States congressman, but before that, he was the general manager of advertising and strategy at Microsoft. And he just bought $27 million worth of Microsoft shares. I know you're wondering, Tyler, what is this going to do for me? Well, Microsoft's been on the decline for the past month, one of the weaker names consolidating sideways. See, the last time a Senate or Congress member bought a stock like this, it was NVIDIA, and it went from $400 to $800 in a matter of 28 days. Pretty incredible. Here's his actual report. You can see he bought it not once, not twice, but 3 times, between $1 and $5 million back to back to back. Now, my question is, how is this not illegal? He's literally going from Microsoft to the U.S. House of Representatives and putting $27 million on Microsoft stock out of nowhere. It's worth mentioning, his income from his new job only pays less than $150K a year. So again, when I look at Microsoft down at 405,
Yeah, the reason why I posted that is because like you all of a sudden you started getting into trading.
Yeah.
You start posting trading stuff. But you're posting things that talk about technical analysis and reading charts, and it was just I just thought this is kind of I don't like those videos because it's like I think they're misleading people because a chart is not telling you. It's like there's a story. Like he's actually telling you why Microsoft would actually move up, and there's people who know things. There's information. There's an actual story, and a chart is used to time. It's not. Some people they get so caught up in these charts that they use the chart to tell the future.
Yeah.
You can just trade by charts, but it's not sustainable. It's not you'll get I'm trading. I'm in and out of positions based on the chart, but you can't just go by just what a chart says alone. There's a whole
No, I know. I know that you were looking at me and thinking like, why is this guy posting all of this like charts type of stuff? Because yeah, that's what you told me, and I'm like, I hit the algorithm. I hit the algorithm in Instagram, and all of a sudden my feed's popping up day traders and things that they're using like these how do you call it, moments, or yeah, like you said, charts to actually get an advantage or get an to cover their risk for when things go sideways. So if some telltale signs that happen in a chart will tell you if a stock price will go up or will go down. And of course, it's all speculation because there's more going on than just the chart. There's outside information, news, topics like that. But what I found interesting and why I shared it with you is because indeed the charts are a way to cover your own ass in certain situation and also get an advantage out of it in if you really get good at it. And I'm not very good at it. I haven't invested any options or stocks in or calls or puts, or how do you call it? So I don't know the market like that. I don't know the charts like that. But I find it interesting when people like this have get some figures out of trading this way. And you see people from investing, I think $500 or 500, whatever currency they have, and they get a win from between 3,000 till 1,500 US dollars. And that's interesting to see, of course. But yeah, but I know there's a story before it, and there's a point, and there's also times that they get to lose money in these big trades where they think they can. So it's not all fancy. It's not all on the plus side, but to be aware of that these things and these charts and these things, if you're going to invest, can help significantly reduce the risk of losing money. Yeah. But there's no way to get rich quick. You're gonna have to study. You're gonna have to work hard.
But it is pretty quick, though. It is pretty quick. It's the grand scheme of things, it doesn't actually take that long.
Would you mind telling us like about how much you have made on this?
Made on what? Just investing?
Uh-huh.
Dude, I don't really have that much. I've been spending a lot of it. I ain't got that much.
No, but like throughout all the years you've been what when you say you've been spending it, is it easy to take out your money?
Yeah, take it out.
Okay. Because I seen, like, I was reading reviews that Brittany was pointing out, and a lot of people were saying they don't know how to take out their money or anything, like liquidate their money.
When Nvidia made its run, I had 70,000, and that's how much I have. I'm hopefully by the end of this year, I'm trying to break 100K. But like, if I never would have took anything out, I would have already had broken 100K.
Okay.
Dude, I spent so many Nvidia shares, but I swear I will never. I'm not spending not one more Nvidia share. I'm not taking nothing.
That sounds like the guy that spends Bitcoin on a pizza
Yeah,
and then yeah,
almost.
yeah,
I
yeah.
use my Nvidia shares to buy a graphics card. I don't even know like I spent Nvidia shares and AMD shares.
Why not regular money? Like one thing about me is like once I like do something with money, I'm able to forget about that money. Does that make sense?
It was
Yeah.
because it
Like
felt like I was just getting it for free. It's like, hey, I ain't gotta spend no money. Just take these. It's like,
Just sell these shares. Yeah,
to
I
me,
got
like
enough.
after like 3 days, that's free money. I forgot about it. Like not that I forget about it, but you know what I mean. Like I don't feel emotionally attached. But like getting rid of stuff, like something like that, for me would be hard.
well, hopefully when the Nvidia keeps going up, I'll be able to break 100K. We're doing it this year.
You do good, man. You're a smart dude. I wish you the best of luck. God bless you, man. And I hope to join soon. Like I don't know.
Just put your
I'm a
money
mess.
in and forget about it. But
Yeah,
put it on a stock or something like that. Something
that's
that
what I'm trying to do. I had that money on the side that I wish I could have just threw money on there because then the week after that I would have threw some more money and stuff like that. But things don't just go smooth for me, man. I just
no, but you gotta work hard.
I never had a problem taking money out. Had a problem putting money in, but never taking it out.
well, I'm currently
Safely.
having okay. Behind the scenes, I want to talk to you about that. See if you can answer like 2 or 3 of my questions real quick. But
Okay.
thank you, Nagain. Is that it or?
Yeah, I'm. That's it for
I
me.
had another one, Bill Ackman, real quick.
Yes.
Oh, go for it, man. I want to hear it. Can you start it over? Because I want to hear.
And so my idea was you give every baby that's born in America a $7,000 account when they're born. They can't remove money from that account, and it's tax exempt, and it compounds, and it gets invested in like an index fund. By the time you're 65, it's $1 million. By the way, that would cost $20 billion a year to do that. Just take the number of babies times whatever, $7,000 or $8,000. It's like a nothing thing. It would start to give everyone in this country a piece of the success of the country. So I think we need these sort of savings accounts, and we can't wait until people start creating an IRA or 401k by the time they're 25 or 30 or 35. You want to start when they're a baby, just because the laws of compounding. That extra 25 years is very, very material. So my idea was you give every.
This is a company. This country is a company, in my opinion, but
This
not what I
country's
meant to say.
company.
The U.S. is a company, a
Yeah, but
corporation.
every country is
Yeah, and that's
till a certain extent. I mean, we get a certain ID at born. It's a number, and basically there's a figure attached.
we are this country employees too, like
Yeah.
that's why we got to slave and continue
Not a
this.
slave, nothing, man. The man just gave it away.
It's a choice.
He literally just gave it
It's a
away
choice.
right there.
Yeah.
He's saying the government is gonna give us $7,000
No,
each.
No.
Go earn money, put it in the market, participate, and actually have ownership. And within 10, 20 years, like you're good. Like there you go. But you have to do it. He said, hey, wouldn't it be nice if the government did it? Yeah, it'd be nice. But hey, guess what? You can do that on your own.
Exactly, and my girlfriend
Oh, I
also
see.
brought this up. We get for having a child, we get I don't know how you call it, kindertoeslag, kinderbijslag. It's actually yeah.
Yeah.
That's it, right? Yeah, that's an amount you get for having a child, and it's a sort of aid to help raise your child, to buy diapers, to buy shoes, buy clothes, buy stuff like that. But yeah, we can do that on our own with our own finances, so we don't have to take out of that toeslag and we just put it on the bank. But my girlfriend said the other day, maybe it's an idea to invest that money to have it increase more than if you have it on a savings account. Because if you look at a savings account, it's over here it's 1.2%
Yo, marry that girl, bro.
1.2%. Yes, he's better at budgeting and finances than me. And we're already engaged, by the way. So 2025, you're invited. We're probably having our marriage, how you call it? Ceremony. Wedding, yeah, exactly. So yeah. But if you look at inflation goes at 2%. So if you have it on your saving account, you're basically that money is just dissolving into thin air, literally.
Yeah, you're not
And
supposed to. You're not supposed to keep money in a bank.
Now, what you think about this, Ed? Because my idea was, okay, I wanted to hold on to this house, and this house would be Elijah's house. Well, basically, okay. Elijah is my oldest son. And within 2 years, okay, if everything goes well, I'm looking into moving into a different house. I think I spoke to you about what I'm thinking about this, right? And once I'm done paying the next house, that would go to Mimo's house. Also, I want to go and get an assessment for life insurance. But let's do this real quick. So within 2 years, I'm hoping I live a long life. Within 2 years, this would be Elijah's house, and hopefully, if things go well, this is an income house. Is how I see it. I mean, some cash is gonna be burnt into it, but once that's done, like I said, once the money is gone, it's gone, and I don't have no emotion attachment to it. And then look into like the other house and having that. You think it's better to have money in the bank than having like a house on your name? Like, which one is something like the best thing to inherit?
Money or having a house?
Those $7,000, let's say that are gonna end up picking up some interest. Yeah. Like, or this house, or you know what I mean, like. Because it kind of like worries me to make the wrong choices and stuff, because
That's a good question, Ed.
Realistically, I do not
like a liability to me. Hey, that's just me. I don't know.
But we, regardless of what, humans need a place to live.
Yeah.
And that's how I see it.
Yeah.
We always gonna need a house, aren't we? Like me, for example, with my kids.
Sure. Yeah.
What? Yeah, Ed's sitting in a house right now. I'm sitting in a house right now.
What's up with this house, Ed? This is not your house, right?
No.
So isn't that burning money every time you got to pay that mortgage or the rent? Or I'm not talking about you specifically, of course, Ed. I mean, you know what I mean?
No, it's not.
Let's say we were just talking about people losing their job. No, but that's why I just said I'm not talking about you specifically. But there's people out there paying $1,200 for like a 2-bedroom apartment in this area, not like in a fancy area, nothing like that.
$250. What are you talking about?
What?
Nah, stop playing.
You're living life, man. What? Wait a minute. What?
Stop playing.
Yeah.
What? No.
Yeah.
You live in one bedroom, right?
No.
In one room.
It's a couple, like it's two.
Nah, but you must have that contract since you were freaking born or something.
But I mean, like I said, it's not that much, man.
No.
There's no way.
Of course not. That's nothing.
Listen. The estimate to my house right now is $1,200 as is, like in the condition. So if I do like
for rent, yeah. If
somebody would pay me $1,200 for rent.
Man, that's a lot, man.
Or $1,300, something like that. Yeah, as is. That's without me doing the me putting on paper all the changes I done to the house.
Okay, that sounds good, but who around here do you expect to pay that?
That's the whole family.
Brittany's cousin was trying to like rent my house out, and the only reason I didn't rent it out is because I didn't have a place to go to. We were looking for houses in North Carolina, and if I would have had a spot to go to, I would have been unloading right now. Like that was almost a year ago. That was like 8 months ago. And if I would have, when I went to visit over there, if I would have found something, I wouldn't be here in Niagara Falls.
But like 12, like that's like almost. That's almost.
My house is not pretty, but
I'm
like
not
think
saying-
about
I'm
this.
not saying like your house isn't.
No.
That's not what I'm saying.
No,
What
no.
I'm saying
No,
is
no.
for anybody to
That's not how I'm taking it.
is like that's like half of what you're making in a month almost. Like
Exactly, but that's my point, Ed, and that's why I'm asking you about like, does it make sense? You see why I'm telling you what I'm telling you. And my house is nothing special. Not that that's what you're implying. I'm telling you myself what it is. But I got 4 bedrooms, small kitchen, nice backyard. The backyard is nice, like the pretty much the nicest thing, you know. And little by little, my house is improving because I'm doing work. I'm paying people to come in and make it better.
but people around here aren't making that kind of money. You know, it'd be like half of what they make in a month.
But people around here also need a place to live. I mean, and my place is decent compared to some of these apartments from around here. So if you wanna have a better place for an affordable price, you should be looking at it like right here. What's it called? Lewiston is like 15 minutes away from us. It's double.
That's where I want to live, man. I want to live out in Wilson. I got to get rich first.
You better walk around with a sweater on and a turtleneck at all times.
Well, I gotta,
So he doesn't look intimidating around there, like you belong.
Walk around like with the thing from the sweater. So
Yeah.
you do express yourself well, so like you'll be fine. But
I'll make it out there one day.
no, and I believe you, bro. But like, don't even stop there. Go in the country, man. What is
I'm
going on with
moving
my
to the
friend?
country, man.
What you
But
said?
anyways,
Anna?
the rent you would get is the same rent we, I think 1,300 almost, is the same rent we pay over here, but then in euros, of course. And that's for a 4-bedroom, 1 bed, and a yard and a garage.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's literally like the same, maybe not the same like your house,
Mhm.
but it has the same specifications.
What's the difference? Oh, you're talking about like the layout is different, but it's like same size and same.
It has 3
Yeah.
floors instead of 2. Yeah, that's
Is it
it.
like a lot of water and stuff like where you live at? Like is it
Yeah,
nicer than-
Netherlands is almost
It's the city of water, isn't it? Like something like that.
70% water.
Yeah.
30% is.
Do you have like any of those like old school, like old European buildings around, like where people still living there from like the 1800s and stuff, and they're like, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, they're still
houses.
around. Yeah, and that's the houses that are on the, what do you call it? The grachten, the docks, not the docks, but the fairways, like the old highways where would be water.
Yeah.
All the houses that are in the city center,
Yeah.
those are quite expensive
Yeah, you
houses.
gotta be like really high up, like high class living out there.
Yeah,
That'd be a nice place to
that's-
live too, man. Have, like,
Okay,
I mean,
Ed, I got.
For one
got a
floor,
question for Ed.
for one apartment, one floor, you would pay like 2 million, 3 million.
Yeah.
That's yeah. For a whole building like that, that would be 20 million. Even for,
Guys,
that's
I keep telling you guys, we invest in one of these buildings, 5 complexes, we set. But that's just me.
It has to be an up and coming neighborhood, because if it's going downwards, the price is going downwards.
Absolutely. I mean, location, it's half of the
Location is
battle.
everything. Yeah.
You know, like, you know what I mean? But okay.
So yeah, to make a comparison between what you would leave rather for your kids, I would say also assets. Investments are good, assets are good, but yeah, it calls a house.
Okay, you know, I'm stupid, nigga, and you can't just tell me assets and keep walking. Like,
No, I know. That's why I said a house. It says a house is a liability, but if it's in a good state, a house is an asset. It's definitely an asset. It's something.
I mean, the thing with the house is, at the very least, if the city doesn't go up, you have at the very least you have a place to stay, or somewhere you can liquidate anytime you want. Like, whichever. I want them to have options. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or you can rent it out, or you can do whatever with it.
Yeah,
so
that's what I meant by option. And then access.
Assets.
Continue. Yeah, you know, I talk weird.
So I think they're both important, but it's important to recognize that you're leaving something behind instead of you living life and not thinking about the future, because I think that's the future is which we can help be a step forward, or we can be actually assholes about it and not provide a better future for them.
No,
knowing where we've come from.
My kids are my future, and kids in general are the future. That's why I'm so sensitive about what happens to them and how we treat them, and what anything involving kids, man. We gotta protect them.
Yeah. I think its light is out. We don't see him anymore as good as.
He's out of the daylight saving zone over here.
So, I don't have anything else to add.
I think this has been a good conversation. We can't hear you, Ed.
Yeah, I think we did all right. I think, yeah.
All right.
We hit all the topics. We did all right.
Thank you guys for watching once again. Sorry for the after these few videos, I'll be done interrupting the topics to say thank you and stuff like that, and I'll save that for the end of the videos every time. But I just think it is important to, you know, let people know. 5,000 views, man, so far. We going for more, man. This year we going for another 5,000, if not more. And, you know, let's do it. Thank you for watching. That's been Unidentified Podcast, and we out.
See you on the next.